find. So the price to get a face mask like this one in Sweden right now is about 1,000 Taiwanese dollars for 10 masks, and the price in Taiwan is about 5 Taiwanese dollars. It's 20 times more expensive in Sweden. In today's video, I wanted to talk about some of the differences in how Taiwan and Sweden is dealing with the coronavirus, because I think there's a lot of things that we can actually learn from each other. In 2003, Taiwan was hit by the SARS outbreak and more than 150,000 people here were quarantined. And because of this, it's really changed the mindset of the Taiwanese. And this time, when the coronavirus started spreading, they were really fast and even more proactive than the WHO when it comes to like stopping flights from infected areas, quarantine people from those areas coming to Taiwan, and also like ramp up the production of face masks. In Sweden, we had our first case in the end of January, and then we almost didn't have any for 1 month. And since the end of February and now in the middle of March, it has kind of exploded, and we have about 50 to 100 new cases per day. I thought also I want to call my sister, who is a nurse in Sweden, to see what she thinks about the situation and how people in Sweden are currently reacting.
Hej, går det att få till någon film eller?
Nej, men det viktigaste är ljudet. Jag lägger in en bild på dig.
Okej, jävel då.
Ja, jag ska försöka. Jag ska leta rätt för någon. Så jag tänkte bara fråga, hur går det för er?
Jo, alltså nu är vi varit så här. Men nu känns det som att nu kan det bli någon grej av det här. Men först tänker man att men det är liksom inte här, det är långt. När man börjar få de första fallen i Dalarna, då känns det som att det kommer närmare.
Märker man liksom att privatpersoner beter sig på? Är det något folk pratar om och liksom ändrar de sitt beteende?
Folk pratar väl lite sådär, hur ska vi handla hem varor eller hur gör man? Ja, det finns väl några enstaka som har köpt på sig och fyllt kyl och frys liksom, ifall att det skulle bli något.
Är det någonting som folk använder i Sverige eller?
Alltså, en kollega till mig hade sett något på en affär i Falun som hade en sån där skyddsmask och andningsmask. Men annars är det ingen som använder det. Kommer det åt några bakterier, då fastnar de på masken.
Okej.
Sen tar med det hem och som du sen slänger i dina sopor och som du hanterar och i alla fall får i dig.
Hur är det med så här, event och konserter i Sverige nu?
Det kraft igår då. Att allt som har mer än 500 besökare ställas in.
Okay, tack. Hejdå. Also, when it comes to the question of face mask, how people are reacting are totally different. Because in Taiwan, when I take the MRT here, 19 out of 20 people on the MRT right now are wearing a face mask. And the number 20 is usually like a confused foreigner like myself in the beginning, because I thought it's not so serious, so I didn't wear the face mask. But then I take the MRT and I see everyone there is wearing a face mask. So of course, it's like a group pressure, right? So I start also to wear the face mask now. But in Sweden, if you wear a face mask, if you go to the job and you wear a face mask, people are gonna think like, okay, what is going on? Like, why are you wearing a face mask? And people are gonna make fun of you. So almost no one in Sweden is wearing a face mask. And I think this is something that, it benefits if everyone is doing it, if it's like widely available and people can use it as well. Recently, the government of Sweden said that every event of more than 500 people should be cancelled, The way that a few comedians or artists have responded to this, for me, feels I feel almost a little bit embarrassed as a Swede to tell this, because they have a concert book, and for that concert it's more than 500 people, maybe 550 or 600 people. And then instead of cancelling that event, of course you should cancel the event, they cancel the last 2 rows of that event. They make sure that the event has 499 people instead of 500 people. But of course the coronavirus doesn't care if there's 501, 499. What they are saying that this size of event should be cancelled, while in Taiwan, since the mid of February, all of the events that are more like 80 people or 100 people, they all get cancelled. Even a whiskey tasting for 20 people, also this was cancelled. So I feel that Sweden should take this recommendation more seriously and not just be our hockey game is going to be cancelled or our music concert is going to be cancelled, but rather see this as like, okay, we need to deal with this virus, and once we have dealt with that virus, then we can start having our concerts again. And something that is very impressive for me or interesting for me living in Taiwan is that I see that the newspaper in Sweden now, they also start to report about Taiwan. Like, okay, it seems like Taiwan really got the coronavirus under control. Like, okay, how can we start to do the things that Taiwan is already doing? Like, measure the temperature of everyone, start to like ramp up production of face masks. Like, the newspaper in Sweden now is taking some inspiration from Taiwan. And for me, of course, I feel right now this is one of the safest places in the world to be, you know. So it's really, really interesting to see this. And on a positive note, I see that there are some changes happening in Sweden now. Because, for example, when those concerts still want to go on, but with 400 people instead of 600 people, a lot of the people in Sweden now are getting angry and say like, we need to stop coronavirus, please cancel all these kind of things. The government is also starting to wake up and canceling events, and also they are saying that we should probably make the school stop for a while. This is what they are discussing right now, and they're also stopping the flights to the infected area. So the Swedish government is very competent, and the Swedish people also are very, very smart, and even they are starting to like get inspired by Taiwan, who seems to have the situation under control. So I believe still that Sweden has the capacity to also deal with this epidemic. And yeah, I think that's actually everything I want to say today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.